Hi everybody, Ray Hayden here, and this video is changing the oil on the Toro 4000 Z-Master zero-turn mower. The oil filter is here, using my red pointer here, right? And then the drain hose is here for the oil. The container down here on the ground is a special container in which you drop the oil. It collects into this, and then I clean all that up and seal it up. I have a cap that I've already removed, pardon my head, that goes in here and keeps the oil in place. I'll just put it there for now. The other thing I will do is the oil filter actually has a little place to sit right here. Not this oil filter, the one that I'm going to remove. So when I remove that oil filter, I'm going to hold it briefly in this plastic thing I mentioned in the other video. So I'm going to put the oil filter in here. I'm going to put some paper towels below that. And then when I remove the filter, I will go ahead and have this on there too. I just don't want to make a mess on the mower, okay? So let's go ahead and do the first things first. I'll put my paper towels here so that I don't lose those. So I'm going to take this channel locks or whatever wrench, and I'm going to take this other one, a crescent wrench by name, and I'm going to grab a hold of this tube right here. I just want to use the minimum amount of pressure on it as I can, and then this in here should undo this bolt here. I have to do it from up here. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Okay, so that's a tough nut to crack, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take this off now, and the oil should drain here into the bucket. All right. I'm just going to put it up there. Now we just wait for this oil to drain out, and it looks probably kind of murky a little bit. And that oil has to drain out completely to where it's like nothing really left in it. And then I will go ahead on to the next part. And it's going to take a few minutes, so I'll probably edit this down and make it shorter. So you got the first part. If I take this nut off, then I should put a little bit of oil on here. And you use the old oil for that. All right. And really, I just want to make sure I can get this thing back on there and not have it get stuck for the next oil change. So I use like, these are half sheets of paper towel. So I'll take like, it doesn't take that much to get under there. All right. What it is, I want this like way back to where that filter is, right? Then I'm going to use this really big wrench, and I've already pre-checked the size of it, you know, to nail that, so I can twist that off. I will try to twist it off with my hand first. I don't think it'll come off. All right, this is close. Down here towards the end, it's like individual drops, but up here it's still a good stream. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this on here and start turning that. That should start to slow down that drip a little bit, hopefully. There we go. All right, so I got some oil on my fingers. We'll just wipe that off, and then we'll wipe this off. That's not much. That's not going to be a mess on the ground. So now what I want to do is I want to dry this up and turn this. This does not have to be rock solid, you know, hardcore on there, but it does need to be tight enough, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my two wrenches, all right? Okay, and get these locked back on here. Use that wrench to hold my paper towel still. So I'm just going to grab onto this well, and then this tightens up this way. Okay, I think that's on there tight enough. So that's that part of it. Now, before I put this hose away and all that, I'm going to go ahead and crack this. When I say crack, I don't mean break. I mean loosen up this oil filter. See if I can get it to move at all. Nope, that's not going to work. So I got this big wrench. I'm gonna put this on here as far over as I can and try to give it a move. Oh. Okay. All right. So now what I want to do is get this container under here. Right there. All right. All right, now there's some oil there. And some of it did miss. I'm going to turn this upside down here. I'll let that drain. Now put it up here, you know, lean it against these knobs right here. So it's, or these little out dents, I should say. And that'll give it, you know, so room. So it doesn't just kind of, there's a rubber O-ring down here, right? When we put that new oil filter on, which is going to happen pretty quick, once I clean that up, we're going to put some oil around the ring of the new one so that it can get a decent seal. You know, it's kind of real important to have a good seal on your oil. All right. So I'm going to move this out. Oh boy, there we go. Come on out. I tried to make this as small as I could so I can get it in and out. All right, all right. So I'm going to wipe this off on the outside. All right. And that should be good right there. Now, put that here. Use my wrenches to hold that still. There's oil on this little like landing pad here. I'm gonna make sure that's off. All right. I think the oil that I'm getting is there's like this round section right here. And I think it was like underneath that. And there's a little bit of oil right there. So now I'm just gonna leave this paper towel right there and get my other oil filter out. Double check to make sure I got the drain sealed up. I do. Just make sure I got the right oil filter. 1.25. Okay, exactly the same number on there. That's good. Makes me happy. All right, now on the seal here, I want to make sure I have a little bit of oil on there. This old oil is good enough for that. This is for a couple of different reasons: to get a good seal, make sure, you know, nothing's wrong with the, you know, it's not dried out or anything like that. And that down the road, in probably like 50 or 100 hours of use, I'm gonna have to come back here and change it again. I do like this oil kit. The name of the company that put this thing together is Arbor King. And, you know, I don't know if they make anything, but they certainly sell it. And so they have this nice little convenient kit that we can get. And that's that. So now I'm going to pluck that paper towel out of there as I dry the inner circle. And this should just spin back on. All right. So I just want to use my hand like a vice grip and just get that on there hand tight as I can. And then I'll be good with that. Now, on this oil that's in here, I'm going to dump that in here as well. And I'm going to let that sit up there. Now I'm going to let all this keep continuing to drain into the big bucket. And then, you know, off camera afterwards, I'll clean this up. And what I'll do is I'll get all the materials here, the garbage, the trash material. I'll take that and I will, you know, dispose of it in a proper container as we do. And then I will clean everything up with copious amounts of, I basically use dish detergent and scrubbies and stuff and get that done. And then we will do that. Now, I'm going to leave the oil filter here and this container here as well. And this is going to be off, but I'm going to put it over here for now. All right. The oil can be on that. It's going to be on that anyway, but I don't want the oil to be on the outside of that big and bad. But something else to wash up if need be. But I'm going to leave this on here and I'll take this whole thing and I'll put it in the garage on the floor, let it continue to drain into my bucket here, which is actually slightly downhill, which is great. And then the rest of this stuff I'm going to put away, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to place the oil into the engine. And I need to raise the camera up to do that so you can see what I'm doing, where I'm doing it, and how I'm doing that. So stand by. Be right back. Okay, for this part of it, I've already removed the dipstick here, but I'm going to pull it out again because basically I wanted to clean it off. You know, it would have oil all over it because I was running the engine to back it out and to warm up the engine a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. Now on the stick, and you can't really see it probably, but maybe you can, it says, for correct oil level, do not turn cap on threads, right? So, you know, when you check your oil, you normally you pull it out, you wipe it off, and make sure there's no oil on the stick. Just put it back in there, don't twist it on, and see, we have absolutely no oil in there. So that's good. All right, so I'm gonna wipe this off, nice and dry, and place it right there. Now I'm gonna wipe that down again because I have some stuff on it. Now I have this specific filter funnel, specifically for the oil because it has that skinnier spout, right? I have a larger one, but that's for radiators or other large mouth kind of things. This is too skinny for that, but it's a nicer funnel. Now I have to hold this and manage it while I'm dumping the oil in there, and we'll do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 2 quarts of this oil. The engine holds 2 quarts of oil, right? But the filter holds additional oil. That's why it says when you do the oil change, you have to do 2.4 quarts, right? So I'll just go slow, nice and slow and easy with this and pour it all in as fast as I can, safely. All right. There's one. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the 2 quarts, and then I'm going to run the engine a little bit. Maybe about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and check the oil and fill it up the rest of the way. Because when you're not running the engine, you know, it's not circulating through the filter, right? I'm just pouring it into the reservoir, but I need to get it in the filter as well. So I'm going to run the engine for that. And then when I get done, I'll, check the oil and then top it off to where it needs to be for its proper fill level. All right, so that's 2 quarts in. So now I'm going to take my paper towel that I keep handy, right? I'm going to catch this as it comes out. All right, so now so nothing gets messy down there. Now this, I'm going to put the stick in. I can pull it up to see if it shows anything. It does. But now I got to run the engine for a little bit, and then I'll come back. All right. So I'm not going to show you, why I show you that. So I'll show you that. I'm going to do that and then come back and check the oil and see where we're at. So I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. It's a little drizzly out here, and what it is I ran the engine for like 3 minutes and then let it sit for like 5 or so minutes, and now we're just checking the oil here. So basically come out, clean the stick off real well, just put it back in there, don't twist it down, and then look at the oil, it's full. So even though there should be a little bit of deficit in the amount of oil that's in there, it's not. So the good news is I have a whole nother quart of the 20W50, which is the oil that I'm using. And I got it specifically the Kawasaki one, and it's 20W50 that I'm using. So I'm going to go ahead and reserve that and use it up as the engine uses oil. I'll go ahead and do that. To give you an indication of how long it takes to actually get this done, I would say give it a half hour. If you have all the equipment, you know which tools you need, when you need them, how you need them, and the procedure that you're going to do to get the job done, go ahead and do that. Get everything prepped up, ready to go, and then get the job done. But allow a half hour, at least a half hour out of your day to get this done, and to check everything and then to clean everything up. You know, when you're done, maybe 15, 20 minutes on that cleanup, and you should be good to go. So with that, let me go ahead and do this. Give me a thumbs up, like the video, make the comment below. Let me know you came by to say hi. If you have any questions about it, that's where you ask them as well. And if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate the growth on the network. And in all honesty, it's how us smaller YouTubers survive on the network. All right. So again, until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.